Hey everybody, what's up? Pikesino68 here once again. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Sly Cooper and Thievius Raccoonus. Last time we made our way through most of Clockwork's lair, and hopefully we'll be defeating the man in this episode. The reason I have it paused is because there's a clip fixing to happen, so let's get started. Why is she such a perfect shot right there? Jesus.
It's been in my family for generations.
Don't worry, Ringtail. I'll cover you while you get it back. If you can, make your way to the top of the death ring. I stashed my jetpack there before Clockwork nabbed me.
Now that we're a team and all,
She had a jetpack.
Hold on. This truce is only temporary. Once we beat Clockwork, I'm coming after you. Well, maybe I'll give you a 10-second head start.
Like that. So yeah, we're now technically playing as Carmelita. And this is what I find really interesting about, okay, he has 2 lucky charms, so I'm not too worried about that, that was my bad. But, this is what I find really interesting about the last level of this game. Like, okay, the last levels in the other games are pretty cool, and Sly 3 expands on this concept even more, and is just super fun, but, basically, what it is, you play as all of the characters in this, like, you have, and, like, you use all of your abilities in it, like, you have the first level where you play as Sly, but you're using a turret, similar to the levels in both Ms. Ruby and the Panda King's areas. Then you have a racing section where you play as Murray. Like, yes, I know it's not racing, but you normally associate Murray with racing sections. Also, I didn't know that asshole's coming up, my bad. And then you have an actual, like, damn it. Oh, Sly's dead. Should have gone shot in on just to be an asshole. Then you have a traditional platforming section as Sly where you still use all of the Thievius Raccoonus abilities, and damn it, I was so focused on the other one. And now you have this level where then you have a hacking level as Bentley, which is, wasn't seen until up to this point in the game. It was really unique. And now you have a shooting segment, but you're playing as Carmelita and protecting Sly, whereas before it was Sly protecting Murray. It's so cool how they did it in this game, and like I said, it's expanded on heavily in Sly 3. It's similar to Mass Effect 2's Endgame, where like everything just comes together, and you have to know how everybody works, and everybody like does pull their own weight during that. Just so cool. I'll go ahead and destroy this. Give myself a bit of leeway. Now there's gonna be an asshole coming up. Yep. Yeah, definitely gonna be you. What happens if I decide to cheat a little? Nothing coming out. Okay.
Nice job, Raccoon.
And now Sly's off to go take down Clockwork, or is at the very least going into sinking peril. Taking down this death ray. How'd it get destroyed? Where like Carmelita's shots like disrupting the magnetic field because they're electric. I'm not even sure if I actually did that or if it was part of the cutscene. I just know that I happened to hit circle or X and circle like right in Q with it if it was part of the cutscene. And here we are again at another traditional platforming thing, which, again, does use most if not all of Sly's abilities. Well, okay, besides the actual individual pages we found from saves and invisibility doesn't have too much of a role here. Okay, that's something. That is something that pisses me off. Also, really love the orange lava tinted sly head when you die. Something that really pisses me off about this section and will probably result in many deaths. Sly targets stuff that has already sank into the lava or is, like really close to the lava to where like he'll target it and jump towards it even though like it does mean certain, death. And Circle Bun's doing what it did with Miss Ruby, or what all the buttons did with Miss Ruby, where it's not wanting to work with me. Say it like so. It's just this episode 5 is just really cool to me. Like I sound like a broken record at this point, but it okay, but it just really is how you utilize literally everything in it. Like they pull no strings with this. Or whatever this saying is. Y'all know what I mean. If you're familiar with the English language. Come on. Smack. Also, I love how it doesn't look like you've inspired. He targeted something there. That wasn't me not hitting circle. He definitely targeted something there that I shouldn't have. I also love how like the way that gear looks. Like it doesn't, even though it does have a sparkle on it, it's not like the blue sparkles. That's characteristic of normal things you spire jump on. It has like shiny or red ones from the looks of it. Keep dying. I don't want to cut this out because we're barely getting through like the early sections of it. So plus I still have stuff to talk about. So yeah, but it just doesn't look like you're able to spire jump on that, which I think is really cool. I wish there were actually modes in these games where you could just turn off the thief sparkles for stuff. Like make it not obvious if you have to spire jump on something or stuff like that, or like make it not obvious that you can sneak behind something, things like that. Just make it a bit harder. Also, where did I get a charm by the looks of it? Because I definitely didn't have one when I respawned a minute ago. Unless I didn't, I'm just blind as fuck. It's probably lighter because I am. Well, okay, I'm not blind. I do wear glasses, but I'm not like completely fucking blind. I can see perfectly without them. I just can't really read stuff at a far distance. Even if it's like big text on a chalkboard, it gets kind of blurry for me. Not chalkboard, a fucking whiteboard. Oh! 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 Oh no! That is. Okay, I understand they make the lava sink like that, so if it was, just you getting unlucky with the height and you were able to take a hit, I see why they make it sink like that, so that you have a chance to recover, but it's just, it annoys me. Now for a strange reunion. Thanks, Bentley, even though I can't see what I'm shooting at.
Sly Cooper, you have searched my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always. So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting a day when I will finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
Now for the final battle. Okay, so we can't necessarily damage him with these missiles. We can only avoid his shots until Carmelita actually damages him with the shots from her pistol. So once she damages him with shots from her pistol, that makes his areas weak, and we're able to hit him from there. Also, he says hundreds of years old in this game, which I think that's even repeated in Slide 2. But yeah, he mentioned that he's been kept alive for hundreds of years, but not going too deep into any spoilers, but those of you who have played Sly 4 and have seen certain Easter eggs in that game, you may notice that he's older.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him! Wow, that's one tough owl.
I don't get it. You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father. Then the Cooper line will be erased, and the only master thief will be Clockwork.
You're not even a thief, but okay. Okay, I'm glad he started off with him. Okay, Jesus Christ. This puts me this far back. Yay. I'll cut back to where we were because you don't want to see this again. Trust me. Okay, and we are back. At least it doesn't make us sit through that dialogue again.
My experience is greater.
They just drop more dialogue on us. Yeah, I don't understand the point of these rings if they're so easy to avoid, but whatever. Okay, I was definitely within that, but whatever.
I've analyzed Clockwork's attack pattern. Fly through the center of the ring charges to avoid their radial blast.
Thank you, Bentley. We definitely needed that. I guess it does make sense if you're new to the game and don't really know how to do it, but I mean, also I am able to move vertically, so that I don't really need to do that though.
My skills are superior.
Oh my god! I should have moved vertically. And it starts me with a charm. Of course it does. This is my last, yeah. It's my last life, so hopefully I can finish him here. Okay, let's not jinx this shit this time. Fuck did you just say to me? I'm the weakest Cooper you've encountered so far? Look, just because I've fallen in the lava 5 times already doesn't mean I'm the weakest
You
Cooper.
cannot escape me, Cooper.
Rather, given how I'm assuming Sly's the first one to actually face you and fight you in direct combat, say that makes him the strongest.
Now's your only chance, Sly. You've got to get to his head
Still not down though.
before his auto.
Well, he's down, but he's not out. Time to actually get to Clockwork. Again with the targeting on this lava area. It's time to actually get up to Clockwork and finish this once and for all.
Slow buttercups.
Ow! Damn it. He was right there. Game over. How? Where? Oh my.
You're the biggest Cooper I've yet encountered.
Okay, we're kind of back a little bit ahead of where we were, but whatever.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... 1. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
Again, we're fine with interspecies relations in our anthropomorphic character entertainment things. But God forbid we have homosexual relationships IRL. Also love how Ms. Ruby is the only credited member of the Fiendish Five. Almost said Furious. Too stuck on the fucking Kung Fu Panda references last thing. Also, okay, in some instances, or okay, I'm assuming those guys are Grady Hutt and Ryoichi Hasegawa, but God, those look weird. I'm assuming that the way these things are listed is if there's multiple names under something. From what I can tell, they're listed in reverse alphabetical, whereas in most instances things are listed alphabetically, but oh well, what can you do? Anywho, yep, that was my third Let's Play, guys. It was honestly a semi-easy game. I say semi-easy because this was honestly one of the harder out of the... This is honestly the hardest one out of, like, the OG, oh yeah, it looks like I don't follow any order for how they put the names. Out of the OG, what's it called? PS2 platformers.
I hate to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing. There is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us!
いやー危なかった。ま、カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。このデータファイルがあれば、父ちゃんの敵が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。 俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの秘伝書。その洗練を極めた忍びの技だが、そこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。義族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ、善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんを、そしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ、大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪いやがった。きっと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。だがここで素晴らしい仲間に出会ったんだ。天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。食いしん坊でちょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの仇を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
I love how Bentley just sits there after this, like, yeah, that was interesting. Okay, anyways, is that a brain? Jesus. So, one thing I find interesting, gonna go back and get that final, thing that we missed. The final save. I do find it interesting how the Japanese opening cutscene, because, you know, that's what that was. It was just the opening cutscene, but how it is in Japan. It is, like, a lot longer than the English one. I kind of wish they had just, like, ported that between, both versions of the game, or all versions of the game, but whatever. Still can't skip these assholes talking. Everything's done, Carmelita. Don't need to do this. Anyways, before I was cut off by Terminator, Clockwork, Screaming Murray, and Weeaboo movies. God, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was saying that this was kind of the hardest out of the original 3 PS2 platformers, or like the original games in all 3 of the series. It's just that it was really, really different from how the other 2 operated. Like, Jak and Daxter, that was kind of just like a fun little platformer that didn't involve too much strategy. And let's be honest, Ratchet and Clank is a mindless shooter. But this one required like a lot of strategy, knowing how things work, aka jump and hit the circle button. It was just generally a lot harder as a game to play, in my opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, this game's super easy nowadays, but it's still just like very different from how those 2 operated and worked, because it's like a stealth-based platformer, whereas those 2 were a lot more action-oriented and stuff. I'm honestly not sure what else I can say about this game though, guys, because as far as like the Let's Play and stuff, because that's all I really have to say. Probably not going to have much to say for my next Let's Play either, which, you know, again, if you know how to recognize patterns and stuff, you should already know what that is. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, week, week, it was released after this game. But, yeah, let's just make our way over to his last save. Through this level that we've seen plenty of times already. Okay, you cannot cheese that because of how this works, but whatever. And I don't feel like cutting this out just because of how fast we're able to get there, so yeah, you're going to have to deal with seeing me run through this level again. Also, I don't think it's ever explained what Clockwork's page of the Thievius Raccoonus holds. because Raleigh had Ryoichi's Ninja Spire Jump. Mugshot had Tennessee Kid's Rail Walk. Okay, I jumped right in that. That's the first time Carmelita has ever hit Sly. Now I'm going to have to cut this out. Or not. Checkpoint right there. But yeah, Mugshot had Tennessee Kid, Rail Walk and Rail Slide. Ms. Ruby had Invisibility from Slytown Common. And Panda King had Otto Van Cooper's Are You Kidding Me? This bitch is aiming ahead. And then Panda King had Otto Van Cooper's technological blueprints and stuff, but it's never. Also, Carmelita is like super giant compared to Sly, but it is never stated what Clockwork has in his thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of her real quick, or nah, I don't trust that actually. Yeah, it's never stated what Clockwork has, and I really want to know just what his page was, unless it's just like the fucking table of contents and like the author pages.
Multiple blood vessels burst in my brain while figuring this out. The code had better be 231.
Fucking 231. They should have just made 123 just to be assholes, but whatever.
Amazing! Colonel Rain Cooper's time stopper technique. Press the triangle button and execute a flashbang that will stun all guards in the world for a few seconds. I can see how this might be useful and entertaining too.
This is honestly a really cool sounding one. It's too little too.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.
Okay, this is just credits and stuff that we've already seen, but for those of you who recognize like the design of the buildings and stuff, you may know where that location that Sly is in is at. Not gonna say anything, just know that it is playable and in a future game. But yeah, that was it for this Let's Play, guys. I will see you next. Oh my God, Bentley.
Now, try beating all the Master Thief sprints to unlock the designer's commentary. Once you've unlocked them all, I've got a special behind-the-scenes movie to show you.
Thank you, Bentley. Again, I'm not gonna do that. I might do it on my own time and post, what becomes of that in the future. But right now, that's just too much for me to do. But yeah, that was it for Sly Cooper and Thievius Raccoonus. And I'll see you guys next time when we get a bit out of this world. That's all I'm going to say. See you guys then.